Every day starts the same for me. Wake up, look on the phone. It's probably a bad habit, that, isn't it? Scroll through the news, scroll through Facebook, scroll through Instagram, that kind of thing. Look out the window, see what the weather's doing, come up with a plan for the day, whether that's for work or play. Come downstairs, let the boy out. He's always busting, obviously, after a night in his bed. I had to wake him up this morning. He didn't even move when I came in the room. I thought he was ill or something. I had to give him a shake and he jumped up and gave me a fright. Upstairs, have a quick shower, come down, give the boy his breakfast. He's more important than me, so he gets breakfast first. Get my coffee on, have my Weetabix, same every day, full Weetabix, honey, milk, done. Bit of orange juice as well. I am properly a creature of habit. There's always emails to answer. Anyone who's self-employed will know that it kind of it just never stops. It's really hard to switch off. But I'm not complaining because I flipping love it. I've got bookings right through into next year, which is absolutely crazy. One of the things I have to do are like course reports for mountain training courses, so the qualification ones I run, like mountain leader courses, RCI courses. I've got a couple of those that are due, so I'll do those this morning as well and get them sent off. And another thing, I've got an RCI assessment coming up at the end of this week, so I just need to go through their D-logs. If you're not involved in that world, every person that comes through these mountain training schemes has to put all their prerequisite experience onto a digital logbook, which is online, and I have to check through that and check they've got enough and the right grades and all that kind of thing. So I'll just have a quick scan through. Takes a bit of time. It's got like 8 people on it, so I need to have a scan through theirs. And then I think I'm going bouldering today. I'm going to go to a place I haven't been. I hope it's dry. It's looking dry out there at the moment. The forecast is okay. I'm just not sure if it seeps and stuff like that, so we'll soon find out. It's a place, it's called Elephantitis Cave. I've not been before. It's got a real cool looking problem that hopefully could go down, but I haven't been climbing well lately, so we'll see. The reality of Welsh winter is not snowy mountains and ice climbing to be had. It's drizzle and, cold but relatively warm, really. It's probably not quite winter yet, is it? I'm not really sure. It's kind of autumn or winter, but it feels pretty wintry. Like I said yesterday, we've had some snow up on the hills. It's gone already. I went to Elephantitis Cave, or close to it, and it wasn't even worth going to have a look. It was properly chucking it down in the mountains today. It was alright at my house. As soon as you kind of get to Llanberis, it started raining, and then all the way through to Capel Cwrygyn. I've come a bit further. I came to Bettws-y-Coed, and it was starting to brighten up a little bit. I've come to this place, Rhw Goch, and I've got like an outstanding bit of unfinished business here. This route comes round the corner, up some thin crimps and slaps for the top and pulls over. 7B, just about 7B. Came here in March and I dropped the very last move, had my hand on the lip. I had the wrong bit of the lip and peeled off. I was a bit tired after having too many goes on it, and I intended to come back quite quickly, but then lockdown hit and it's just, I've never really got around to coming back, to be honest. It is drizzling here, but the route is really steep on this side and sheltered on that side, so it's only the top that's damp. So I'm going to hang around for 10 minutes or so, and I might give it a go. If not, I'll go to the beacon, do a bit of training, some laps maybe or something like that. One of the things I wanted to chat about on today's video though was the mountain training stuff. So I get a lot of questions about how to become a provider for these mountain leader courses, rock climbing instructor courses, all that stuff. And it's quite an involved process. It's not just a case of passing a qualification then you automatically are allowed to become a provider. If that was the case, everyone who passed the ticket, got their ticket, became a provider, there'd be so many courses on offer that they'd never meet their minimum numbers, because mountain training have minimum numbers for each course, because people just book on, one or two here, one or two there. They'd be everywhere and no one would ever have a full course to run. So one, courses wouldn't run, and there'd be low numbers, so it wouldn't be so profitable either. And hard and fast of it is that is part of the game, isn't it? It's making it profitable. It's not all for charity. So you do have to have the right qualifications, but that's not the only box to tick. If you go onto the mountain training website, you can find a provider section somewhere. Just Google mountain training provider, it'll come up, I'm sure, and it will tell you all the prerequisite qualifications to apply to become a provider. for the example of mountain leader courses, just because I've been running one, you need to be mountaineering and climbing instructor qualified and have your winter mountain leader as well. Or there's an alternative, you could be an international mountain leader and have your winter mountain leader. That ticks that box. For other qualifications, the requirements are different. So RCI, for example, you have to have your MCI, and like I say, it's all on the website there. That's the first and actually probably the easiest box. The second box to tick is you have to have worked on, I think I'm right in saying this, is 6 training courses and 6 assessments. That's full courses for the particular award that you want to become a provider for, right? So that might be a lot on an ML course. That's obviously a lot of days. There's paid work though. You just have to go out and get the contacts and get working on these courses to get the experience to become a good provider for them. And then the final one, really, it's showing there's a demand in your area for another provider and that you can actually fill courses. There's no point, mountain training making someone a provider if they haven't got access to a client base to fill these courses. Sometimes, they open these applications up once a year and they have a particular target sometimes, so this is just a random thing, it's not necessarily one they've said, but let's say they needed more climbing wall instructor providers in the southeast, they'd show particular favour to that area. Doesn't mean you can't apply for other areas, but that's maybe what they're particularly looking for, or a particular sorry, the boy's sneezing away. Full reverse sneezing, that is. It sorts himself out. Sometimes you blow in his nose and it fixes it. But they might want to target a particular client base. So if you've got access to that kind of client base, then you're in a good position, really. There's 2 words here. It's providership and directorship. Providership is like me as JB Mountain Skills. We are the provider of Mountain Leader, or a provider, not the only one. We are a provider of Mountain Leader courses, for example. But actually, me as Jez Brown, I'm the director of the course, so you actually have to apply to Mountain Train to become a director as well, under a particular provider. A little waffle there. Check out their website, fire away with any questions, because I'm always happy to answer stuff on that. But hopefully that gives you a bit of an overview. Yeah, it's a long process, but it's really worthwhile. It's such a privilege to be running those courses. I flipping love it. I'm going to hang around here for a minute longer, so it'll either, the next shot will be me warming up on here, or turning up at the beacon, or perhaps buying a chocolate flapjack from the Spa in Betsacoid, because they are the best flapjacks in North Wales, I reckon. This stuff is absolutely crazy. My teeth are hurting just looking at it. There's so much sugar in it. It's like half sugar, half syrup with a few oats chucked in, basically a bit of chocolate on the outside. It's so good. I don't really like eating on camera or anything like that. It's a bit weird, isn't it? But I just couldn't resist having it any longer. Right, to the beacon. Went to the beacon, didn't film because it was busy, far too embarrassing to film much when there's people around and chat to the camera and stuff. Had a good session though, kill to board action. My fingers are wasted, I've had too many days on doing stuff now. But I think I'm going back tomorrow, but maybe some routes, so it'll be a bit less intensive, just a bit of a chilled session hopefully. Might be out on Wednesday climbing if the weather's nice enough outside. So not particularly an exciting vlog, but welcome to Wales in the winter. Vlog number 3 coming up tomorrow.